Well, is Psycho relevant? I mean, Psycho's always going to be relevant. You know, because people are always going to be crazy. I don't think Psycho really speaks to gender specifically, but it does speak to like guys that have a mommy complex and how sick they can be. Yeah, you know, I think a movie like that's always going to be very relevant. Because, you know, Psycho, you know, if it says anything about race, it's a white thing. The black struggle certainly isn't being addressed in the movie Psycho or any other struggle, except for gender. You know, I really think that Psycho kind of it like, I don't know, it kind of opposes men versus women. Rightfully makes women afraid of men. You know, in a movie like Psycho, the world might be changing quickly, but when it comes to sick guys, some things never change. Yeah, I saw that movie. Shoot, the scariest thing about that movie was the music, I think. Kind of reminded me of like the docu-horror of the Blair Witch Project. Remember that? Psycho. If you listen to it without the music, it really wasn't that scary. Psycho. The scene looks so fucking fake. But if you listen to that music and look at some cupcakes, you'll be scared out of your wits. So I give kudos to Bernard Herrmann, who wrote the score for that film, because he really was on point with the effect that Hitchcock was trying to get. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, do you really think that Psycho is still relevant? Well, you ask me, is Psycho still relevant? Of course it's still relevant. Of course it's still relevant. Of course it's still relevant. I mean, after all, aren't there always going to be psychos? And as far as a political position, well, how's a guy crazy like that going to run around in society without getting any help? Yes, you know I have to get to a meeting, but really, you know I have to get to a meeting, but really, you know, we need to continue to look at Psycho, because Psycho's a very relevant movie. I mean, Psycho tells everything about the Oedipal complex and why men, you know, they glorify their mothers and they have violent sexual tendencies because Psycho mothers. That's all. Is it relevant? Yeah, I mean, Hitchcock films have a way of being relevant, don't they? Yeah, I mean, Hitchcock films have a way of being relevant, don't they? And honestly, you know, Psycho, those guys do exist. I think I have one in this apartment right above me. And you know, he's a sick fucker. Obsessive. Men get obsessive sexually, and I think that's what's, you know, most poignant about Psycho. Scary? Hell yeah, that movie scared the shit out of me, and I was only like 7 years old when I saw it, so I would say that Psycho is relevant as a tale of caution for women. To not think that any guy who acts nice and benign and sweet and wants to offer them a sandwich isn't some kind of psycho fucking killer. Come on now. This movie's always going to have a place not only in film history, but in culture.